So, I have a little music thing for us to do, and I came up with a neat little rhythm, so we're going to talk about that first. You know what? I'll play a little bit of it first. I'll play the whole thing. Oh, sorry, I forgot that the ending was kind of funky. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't run through the ending. I wrote it like a week or so ago. So then, no, is that right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Is the last line. Whew. I forgot how I had come up with it and how the rhythm all went. But anyway, so that's what it is, really, fairly poorly. But I came up with the rhythm, that little F sharp minor, that I kind of liked. I was like, ooh, that sounds nice. Sounds some sort of dance kind of thing. So I Googled around a lot and couldn't find anything. You know, there's like different types of music, tango, rumba, salsa, waltz that we've done a couple times. And I couldn't find what this was. So, like almost anything, you know, the internet has so much information, but you need to have the correct search terms, the correct words to look for. And I was apparently trying to think of different things to look for and wasn't looking in the right spot, wasn't using the right words. But somebody finally said, hey, you know, it's interesting, it's in this book of rhythms for drums, and it has this in the timing. And then I thought, like, ooh, if I look maybe under that timing, and bam, it's a calypso, a Caribbean kind of song, dance, and a type of calypso, just because I didn't want to use the word calypso, there's a type of calypso that's a little more, I guess, folky, like folk music-y, and it's called a Benna. So, this is Benna number 1 in F sharp minor. Okay, so the rhythm that I liked, I know in a lesson a while ago, we talked about rhythms, okay, and here's a perfect example of how working through different rhythms is going to come in handy with an actual piece of music. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so try that a few times, sort of get the hang of it. What I always like to do, and it seems once you kind of do it slowly like I just did, what I like to do really seems to make it way easier, because actually counting it out to me seems very difficult. I don't know if it's just the music that I was listening to growing up, with some weird timings and things like that. And just the fact that I was self-taught for years before I actually went to school and learned all this stuff. So I just listened and copied. So once we sort of get this rhythm, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so now it's just, you know, dun 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 1 1 1 1. Now to me that seems way easier to copy than to try to do the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's always like too much thought. But to understand what it is, then it makes it easy to know the strumming. I like to strum down on numbers, on the beats, and up on the ands. So then you're doing, you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So at any rate, that's the main rhythm for the chords. Okay, and it does go dun 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 dun, and then dun on the 1. That's sort of like the little phrase. So the phrase is really, you know, 1 2 3 4 1. Without it, it just seems sort of like not quite finished. But you know, I mean, that's like anything. Like you know. It's like, come on, you at least have to get to that. So at any rate, then all the rest of it, the single note things, are pretty much all just eighth notes. So, you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it actually starts on something called a pickup. And what that is not a full measure at the beginning, okay? And this actually starts on 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so 2 and 3 and 4 and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so that's the rhythm of most of this. Okay, most of this has the pickup, sort of each phrase starting on the 2. So 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 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 Okay, so once you get the hang of that, that should be pretty simple. So like I said, almost all of this, No, you know what? Yeah, almost all of it. I was looking at that last line where it's kind of weird, where it's a lot of single note stuff. But actually the rhythm of that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So that's all still the exact same rhythm. It's just the single note parts without the thrown in. It's just the single notes, the 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then the last measure is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's it. Okay, so that is Benna No. 1 in F sharp minor. And then the next piece that I did makes me almost want to rethink my whole naming system, my whole titling system that I've come up with, of the really boring, like, waltz number 12 or whatever. So let's do the next one.